Super Mario Brothers. Alongside titles like Space Invaders and Pac-Man, these three words instantly bring into mind one of the most iconic images in all of gaming history. That of a little Italian plumber bleeping and blooping along as he leaps ahead on his quest to rescue the princess. This little guy not only helped save the video game market from crashing, he has been shaping gaming as we know it ever since, and is now one of the most recognized characters in the world. So why did it take this long to get an animated movie? Well, the short answer is that Nintendo is notoriously strict about how other people use their characters nowadays. Hell, me even making this video at all is a bit of a risk, and a large part of that has to do with how horribly others have treated their franchises before. While the Super Mario Bros. Cartoons of the 80s and 90s, starring Captain Lou Albano and Danny Wells as the titular brothers, were beloved by kids, they were still totally quite different from the games that inspired them, and so was the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Hey, excuse.
Yeah, shut your face, we know. And if we dig even deeper into the rabbit hole of Nintendo allowing others to play with their toys, that's when we get stuff like Captain N the Game Master, the notorious CDI Mario and Zelda games, and of course the hilariously weird Super Mario Bros. Live-action movie from 1993. And that's not even getting into the absolutely abysmal track record of video game-based movies, which up until recently were almost always hated both by critics and audiences. In short, Nintendo has been burned before, and because of that, they have never attempted a full, proper, animated feature-length adaptation of their biggest star until now. Except for the part where that's not actually true. Think back to 1985 for a second. Just 3 years before this, Mario Bros. Has taken the arcades by storm, and now the release of the widely popular Nintendo Entertainment System and its Super Mario Bros. Launch title has brought bigger and better gaming than ever seen before right into people's homes. Nintendo has a smash hit on their hands, and they want to strike while the iron is hot. And so, just 10 months after the game's release, theaters all over Japan bid the audience welcome to Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach, the very first movie to be based on a video game. Along with Running Boy Star Soldier's Secret on the very same day, that is, but yeah, I think we know which character is the more well-known and talked about one nowadays. It was, however, a fairly small release, mostly intended to advertise the upcoming Super Mario Bros. 2, which is known to the rest of the world as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, as well as some Nintendo-themed food products from a company called Nagatan Yen. Because of this, the movie only got a very limited home release on Betamax and VHS, and it never made it outside of Japan. As a result, many people have never seen or even heard of this movie, as copies soon became rare and difficult to track down. On top of that, the movie didn't have any kind of official translations or even any proper re-releases as far as I can tell. It was well on its way to becoming lost media outside of some low-quality VHS rips and a couple of online fan dubs. At least until miraculously, YouTube user Carnival tracked down and uploaded an original 16mm film scan of the movie. Soon after, Kineko Video then used this to create a beautifully restored subtitled version of this historically significant movie before uploading it to YouTube for all to see. So with the new Mario movie having been out for a little while by now and the future of video game movies looking brighter than ever, I thought it would be fun to go back and take a look at where it all began. Right back with the bouncing little plumber and the pretty princess. Let's give it a look. The film begins with Mario staying up all night playing video games, which is something I'm sure we can all relate to, when suddenly the screen flashes brightly and he witnesses a beautiful princess being chased by monsters that she promptly beats the shit out of. Well, there you have it, folks. Princess Peach has been kicking ass since before many of us were even born. Boy, I bet that twisted the testes of some anti-woke YouTubers, huh? In what has to be the strangest take on the ring that I ever saw, Peach and the minions then burst out of Mario's TV, and she explains that she's being pursued by the evil King Koopa. Yeah, remember, he's not really called Bowser yet at this point. To Mario's credit, he tries to fight back, but it goes about as well as you'd expect.
Put 'em up.
Naturally, a woken-up Luigi laughs his ass off when Mario claims that a princess came out of his TV, but Mario finds a necklace that she left behind. And then suddenly, we're treated to the movie's theme song. Man, this thing makes me feel like I stepped into a 50s rockabilly bar and dropped the whole dollar's worth in the jukebox. Oh, and get ready to hear a lot of songs, by the way. This movie is basically 20% musical montage. As much fun as I'm making of the song, by the way, I gotta say that these wood carving style drawings are just lovely. I really like them. Anyway, the brothers apparently run a convenience store, and Mario is feeling just a little bit too lovesick to pay attention to his customers' orders. Luckily, he doesn't have to for long. Right as he shows Luigi the pendant that Peach left behind, this weird caterpillar dog thing shows up and yoinks it, leading them straight to a pipe that takes them to... I don't know, Merlin the Abominable Snowman? Who the hell is this guy? Well, whoever he is, he soon explains that the evil King Koopa wants to force Princess Peach to marry him and... Oh god! Jesus Christ, those poor toads! When did Mario become Saving Private Ryan? Whoa, Mario, easy. You don't want to get your video game box art censored again now, do you? Apparently, Mario and Luigi are prophesized to rescue Princess Peach, and Yeti Merlin sends them off on a quest to find 3 power-ups. A power mushroom, a fire flower, and a star. And so, off on their adventure they go. With another song, of course. Yeah, like I said, you might want to brace yourself for more of these. I mean, they're pretty charming and everything, but they do start to drag once you get to, like, the 4th one. Once the gang camps out for the night, a couple of rascally Goombas lure starving Luigi away with promises of food. Only for him to get stuck in a field full of mood-affecting mushrooms like, laugh shrooms and sad shrooms and... What? What are you looking at? I'm not gonna do it. No! Piss off! Look, Mario and Luigi doing shrooms jokes stopped being funny before I was even born, and you should be ashamed of yourself for expecting me to tell one. You can go headbutt a bullet bill. The mood shrooms do actually come in handy once Mario gets picked up by what I think is supposed to be a paratrooper who tries to feed him to her babies. His plan to save Luigi from the birds is pretty good though. With the power of whining children having saved their hides, the brothers discover that the power shroom is frozen right next to the nest. It even spits out a load of coins when they pick it, which then promptly turn into a bunch of weirdly hot toads. Oh, don't you look at me like that! You were thinking it too! Although I do really appreciate that they all have differently shaped and colored mushroom tips. Okay, caps! I meant caps! Mushroom caps! God damn it! Anyway, 1 power-up down, 2 to go. Just in time for another travel montage. You're really just gonna play the same song twice, huh? Okay. The Goombas once again trick Mario and Luigi to go into a garden where they think they might find the fire flower. And surprise, surprise, it's actually a piranha plant field. Those turn out to not be the real threat though, as soon enough Lakitu shows up with a bunch of spinies and starts messing with the weather. A vine then grows up Mario's butt and he takes control of the weather machine boy, this really isn't very interesting, huh? I don't know, man. There's just a weird pace to this movie. It's just a series of very loosely connected events that never spend enough time with each to make me consider them truly memorable. Let me repeat. I just watched a vine randomly slam into Mario's ass so he can go change the weather, and it's still somehow not keeping my attention. I mean, don't get me wrong here, it's really fun to see all these familiar faces and everything, but boy, it really doesn't leave me with anything to say. Anyway, more hot toads, 1 more power-up, and 1 more travel montage. With the same song yet again. Lucky number 3, I suppose. On their way to the final power-up, Mario and Luigi come across a gold mine where they immediately start grabbing coins. Yeah, I totally relate to Luigi here. Before getting trapped inside by the Goombas, who leave a hammer bro to guard them outside. So, with the bros captured, this seems like a good time to drop in on Peach and see how King Koopa is treating her.
本当に愛しているなら私をこんなひどい目に遭わせるはずがないわ。
ねえピーチちゃん、お願い、そんな顔しないでご機嫌直して。
じゃあ変身ごっこしよう。ねえ、何か面白いものに変身して。
Whoa, whoa, Peach, before we do any of that, we need to set some ground rules, like what's the safe word, what kind of names am I okay with being called? So, since I guess she's been reading Puss in Boots in her spare time, Peach makes Bowser shapeshift into random nonsense that she makes up. And I don't think I want to know what dark hellscape corner for mine this thing comes from, before finally locking him into a chest when she tricks him into turning into a teddy bear. Nice! Look at Peach overpowering her kidnapper all by herself! You go, girl! Surely now the movie will become this double adventure where the brothers are trying to get to the castle, but Peach has already escaped and... Oh, I guess he just breaks out of the chest immediately, leaving the whole scene just as completely pointless as the romance fantasy musical number that follows it. Well, that was, 3 minutes of screen time well spent. While Mario was too busy having wet dreams, Luigi was actually hard at work digging an escape tunnel, proving once again that he truly is the superior Mario brother. Yeah, that's right, you fucking hurt me. After the brothers make a daring escape from the angry Hammer Bro, Luigi finds that all the gold bars he took have turned into rocks. Although one of them turns out to actually be the star, which quickly falls into the ocean. This gives us a convenient excuse to have a few encounters with memorable underwater Mario enemies like a scary-ass lampfish and... Okay, now repeat after me. Flat Cheep Cheep is not real and he cannot hurt me. Flat Cheep Cheep is not real and he can't hurt me. And of course, just because nothing can ever go right for the bros, the star ends up getting eaten by a giant clam. Now, how exactly are the brothers ever gonna get it out of there? I think this is supposed to be some kind of music box joke. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Fleeing from the giant clam, Mario apparently just finds the Flying Dutchman just lying there and uses it to scoot right back up to the surface, ready to charge toward King Koopa's castle to save his beloved Princess Peach. And you know what that means. Musical travel montage number 4, baby! You know, it is a pretty commonly shared bit of trivia that in many Asian cultures, the number 4 represents death. And I'd say that's pretty accurate. These are definitely starting to make me feel like I wanna die! There is this one really good joke when they make their way to Koopa Castle, though. Okay, yeah, you got me with that one. I like that. That's really good. And so is this brief video game-like 2D segment when they finally crash the wedding. During the chase scene that follows, Mario and Luigi get separated, and Luigi fumbles and hits a water main while trying to dig up more gold coins. This not only ends up flooding the fire trap Mario is in and saving him, once again, best brother, but also causes the castle to collapse, leading to a final proper showdown between Mario and King Koopa. Mario uses the mushroom and the fire flower, but before he can use the star, he gets distracted by spontaneously appearing Mario ramen sprinkles. Ah, come on, really? We're gonna put product placement for the tie-in merch in the actual movie?
Contractor, no. I will not bow to any sponsor.
So Mario drops the star, and all hope seems lost. Until Luigi shows up with it to save the day! My Luigi head I didn't realize until I was recording? What? You wanna fight about it? Now fully powered up, Mario then defeats King Koopa in what I can only describe as an amusingly prophetic way. Yeah, looks like somebody on the Mario 64 team remembered this scene. So, Koopa is defeated, Princess Peach is saved, and surely Mario and Peach will now become the couple we've known and loved for decades, right? Well, no, actually. Remember that weird caterpillar dog that got the bros into this whole mess and has been following them the entire movie? It turns out he was actually a cursed toadstool prince named Haru, who owns the other half of the pendant, meaning that he is betrothed to Princess Peach. Man, I never thought I'd live to see the day where a movie ends with Super Mario getting cocked by a dog, but oh well, here we are. Well, with no choice but to take it on the chin, Mario congratulates the couple and he and Luigi head on back home. Man, shut the hell up with your Hallmark bullshit, Yeti Merlin. You don't know a damn thing about what my boy Mario has been through for this chick. Peach owes Mario like at least 40 cakes at this point. And that's terrible. The credits roll, and once they're finished, we see that Koopa and his underlings now work in the brothers' store. Sure, ma'am. Whatever you say. Yeah, wow, that was an experience, alright. As arguably the first ever film adaptation of a video game and even the earliest example of the video game isekai anime genre, Super Mario Bros.' mission to rescue Princess Peach is definitely significant, but I'd be hard-pressed to call it good exactly. Now, it is worth remembering that this movie came out in 1986, less than a year after the Super Mario Bros. NES game came out, so it's not like whoever wrote this really had an awful lot to go on when the movie was being made. As a result, I don't really mind random oddities like Luigi wearing yellow and being more greedy than a scaredy cat, some of the odd enemy designs, or even the hot toads. I see all of that as kind of similar to the Sonic OVA. Many of the things we take for granted about the franchise nowadays hadn't fully been set in stone yet, so the crew improvised, and I think that's all fine and good. And the movie is certainly very charming. It's really fun to see an early animated Mario adventure and recognizing all the characters in each. You can even see how a few things from it clearly inspired later entries in the franchise, like Luigi being the taller brother, Bowser wanting to marry Peach, the way Mario defeats him, so on and so forth. All of that is really fun, but with its over-reliance on musical montages, the limited animation, and the weird pacing, it never quite ends up feeling like the epic quest it wants to be. Especially not with a lot of straight-up bizarre jokes that just don't really land, at least not for me. I don't know, maybe they work better in Japan, maybe it was funny for the time, or maybe it's just more of a bit of interesting video game history than it is a good movie. Still, I'm glad I watched it, and I'm thankful for the work put into restoring it for others to see. Carnival and Kineko Video truly deserve a salute for the amazing job they've done with this restoration. Great work, you guys. I say definitely give it a watch if you're a big Mario fan, or even if you're just plain curious. Even with all of its flaws, I did still find it to be very charming. As for the future, with the rise of high-budget efforts like Mario, Sonic, and The Last of Us, here's hoping we're headed into a golden age of video game adaptations. We'll just have to wait and see. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching this slightly belated Mario-related video. I watched the Mario movie, by the way, and it's actually really good, so go watch that too if you haven't yet. I really liked it. And if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and leave a comment below. Maybe about some other old anime or nearly unknown Mario media. As always, I would like to extend a special thanks to Silvermoon Ravenwolf, Pocket Mouse, Half Cryptid, Andreas Wilsam, John G. Robinson, Warren Miller, Thomas Jensen, The Danish Penguin, Elinor Storhild, John Oljetz, and anyone else who supports me on Patreon. I super appreciate it, you guys. Thank you. And if you're sitting there thinking that you want to support me as well, you can find my Patreon, Ko-fi, and TeePublic links in the description below. And you'll also find a link to my Discord channel, which you're more than welcome to join. And if you happen to be new to the channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos about weird, obscure media in the future. Bye for now, everybody, and see you next time.